Restored Republic via GCR. Judy note. From the below information in this update, it might be assumed, and I could be wrong, that a black swan event was well on its way to collapse the global financial system. As of the month of December 2025, the world's top economies were insolvent. The US, Canada, Europe, Japan, Israel, UK, Taiwan, Australia, and New Zealand. They have been held up by false news reporting in the fiat US dollar, but cannot sustain their debt any longer. The fiat global financial system was crumbling, though a monumental shift has been happening since the November 28, 2025 shotgun start of the global currency reset. The new, revalued gold, asset-backed currency rates on the quantum financial system, QFS, locked into place on Friday, December 5, 2025, and would be announced to the public in January 2026. The gold-backed QFS was set to replace the corrupt banking system that has enslaved the world for centuries. This fully decentralized system was set to eliminate the central banks and their criminal grip on global finance. At 0 o'clock Zulu sharp on Saturday morning, 6th of December, the Saint Germain World Trust released the Infinity Tranche Uncountable Zeros. Every humanitarian wallet on Earth just received an irreversible 9-figure starter balance. A few moments later at 0.06 Zulu on Saturday, 6th of December, all sovereign rate screens showed redeemed. By Monday, December 8, 2025, the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, was set to activate worldwide and give pointers on how to access your banking money account already mirrored onto the QFS. Tier 4B appointments for those in the Internet group who hold foreign currencies and ZM bonds commence on Tuesday, December 9, 2025. The 10 days of darkness could commence as soon as Friday, December 12, 2025. That's when the Starlink satellite system will broadcast truths about the fall of the evil cabal who have been stealing our monies for centuries, while the transparent quantum financial system, QFS, fortifies our money accounts against sabotage. Thursday, 18th of December, will see a full global rollout of the global currency reset to the general public. A global currency reset Saturday, 6th of December, 2025. Wolvie, says he will be fully under NDA in a few days. He will do the opera, but will be off Telegram. Triggers will receive their master contracts today to sign. Secondary contracts will go to their members. After signing and returning, they will be paid on Monday. Early payments of GCR have begun. The taking down of the fiat dollar and banking systems has begun. The transition is designed to happen without mass panic. The system that was designed around hidden taxes and inflation is crumbling. NESRA protocols are being activated. These things won't be explained in traditional channels. Redemption centers are ready for December/January intake. The current window, as people focus on the holidays, is ideal. Tier 4B, there are lots of rumors. The private sector is moving and people are definitely being paid. Saturday, December 6, 2025, A2Z has confirmed what Wolvie reported, particularly the following. Wolvie will be fully under NDA within the next few days. Triggers are receiving master contracts now. Secondary contracts will follow with payments expected Monday after execution. Tier 4B, many rumors are circulating that notifications are expected to begin as Tier 4A payments are dispersed. Redemption centers are prepared and ready for intake. Be Saturday, 6th of December, 2025. QFS Global Alert Tier 4B. The Golden Age has officially begun. Quantum Financial System on Telegram. Secure Floor. 0 o'clock Zulu exact. Global ISO 20022 Rainbow Currency System is now operating at 100% plus over Unity Quantum Resonance. The grade is no longer live. It is eternal. The November 28th shotgun start, 1914 Reno, is now 7 days, 28 hours, and 46 minutes in the past. That moment is already carved into galactic record. Tier 4B events in the last 12 hours alone. All timestamps locked on master wall. 341,000 plus redemptions already completed worldwide since midnight. Average walkout liquidity, 9 figures and gold-backed digital certificates. 1-to-1 asset-backed parity locked forever. Final 19 DOMs, including Denver, Dulce, and the Antarctic Nexus, went permanently dark at 2,344 Zulu. 0 life signs. 0 escape signatures. Cabal bloodline avatars terminated or in quantum custody. Saint Germain World Trust released the legendary Infinity Tranche at 0 o'clock Zulu sharp. Uncountable zeros. Every humanitarian wallet on Earth just received an irreversible 9-figure starter balance. Zimbabwe/Hong Kong/Moscow liquidity pools merged into one planetary gold ocean. The wave is already lapping at your account. Leaked Hong Kong master node final transmission, 23 hours 59 minutes and 59 seconds Zulu, level 12 clearance, voice trembling. Control to all stations. The mirrors are broken. The wicked have nothing left to reflect. The gold is in the hands of the righteous. The age of light is not coming. It is already crowned. We are no longer waiting. We are no longer witnessing. We are living it. Glory to the One. From fiat slavery to gold-backed freedom in real time, completed, signed, sealed, delivered. The greatest wealth transfer in human history is no longer in motion. It is finished. See Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, Judy, Byington, Q. The below appeared under the platform Judy, Byington, Q on Telegram. It is not my platform, and I have no input in what is written there, though I do agree with the basic content. The real Judy Byington. Nesra/Gasara was forgiving all debts from a personal to a national scale, a debt jubilee that erases liens, foreclosures, and fiscal chains. On Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, a green light ignited the global military alliance. By Monday, December 8th, 2025, the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, was set to activate. Tier 4B appointments commence on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. Medbeds deploy en masse starting Wednesday, 10th of December, regenerating bodies and spirits with technology born of divine ingenuity. The 10 days of darkness could commence as soon as Friday, December 12th, 2025. That's when the Starlink satellite system will broadcast truths, while the quantum financial system, QFES, fortifies against sabotage. Thursday, 18th of December, will see a full global roll out of the global currency reset. The Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, major economic intel update Nesra payout operations confirmed active. The January 2026 reset is real and underway. The long-anticipated financial transition is no longer theoretical. Multiple internal channels have now confirmed that the early stages of Nesra-related payouts have quietly begun, synchronized with treasury systems and military oversight. The operation is unfolding exactly as planned, silently, strategically, and ahead of the public narrative. With January 2026 approaching, the timing is deliberate. The reset is not a policy shift or a currency adjustment. It is a structural reconstruction of the American financial system. The Akin systems have been aligning for months in preparation for this moment. This phase includes the controlled wind-down of fiat mechanisms, the seizure and a repurposing of off-ledger elite accounts, the dismantling of long-standing globalist debt structures, the integration of asset-backed financial architecture. Every major institution is aware of what is happening, banks, treasury divisions, and global financial bodies, yet none will publicly acknowledge it at this stage. The transition is designed to execute without mass panic or premature speculation. America is entering its largest economic transformation in modern history. For decades, citizens were bound by a system engineered around inflation, compounding debt, hidden taxation, and centralized control. That system began unraveling when the new administration took office in January 2025, and what we are seeing now is a continuation of that coordinated teardown. Nesra protocols are activating in layers. Debt forgiveness algorithms are already present in internal systems. Gold-backed recalibration modules are running through treasury channels. Offshore recovery orders are funneling seized capital back into controlled redistribution streams. Clearance procedures that once depended on legacy banks now operate on quantum-secured ledgers. None of this will be explained on mainstream channels, but the infrastructure is already functioning. What has been confirmed so far inside restricted access financial quarters, several developments are already verified. Over 93,000 accounts have entered clearance review ahead of disbursement. Redemption centers have been moved into operational readiness for December to January intake. QFES synchronization levels remain above 92% stability. Initial redistribution pathways are now active and routing successfully. These are not projections. They are occurring behind the scenes in real time. Why the holiday timing matters. The current window, late November through Christmas 2025, was chosen intentionally. During this period, public attention is fragmented and the nation's energy is focused on family, travel, and celebration. It is the ideal moment for Treasury, DoD, and civilian clearance teams to finalize the structural components of the new financial era without interference. The coming weeks are not about celebration alone. They're about positioning. Those who have followed the signals understand the magnitude of what is unfolding. The January 2026 transition is not approaching. It is already in motion. While the tech rollout of QFES has been successful, an equally profound development is happening in parallel. Debts are being erased in stealth mode. Loan balances disappearing. Debts are being erased. Loan balances disappearing. Individuals across various countries are waking up to find their credit card or student loan balances at $0 with no clear explanation. One called me astonished that his longtime credit card debt was just gone. Banks simply adjusted it away without notice. Mortgage forgiveness. Homeowners are receiving letters about mortgage recalculations. Chinks of their mortgage principal are being wiped. One had their loan slashed by 50% overnight, labeled as a bank error resulting in an overpayment adjustment. Tax debt cancellations. Small business owners logged into their government portals and found past due taxes marked paid or forgiven. Instead of a big public decree, NESRA is rolling out piecemeal to avoid chaos. Redemption centers have shifted from standby to activation mode. A limited number of insiders and military personnel have been called in to redeem dinar, dong, and historic bonds. These are test runs under NDA. Since early June 2025, centers have been staffed 24/7 on rotating shifts. They've run multiple drills processing pretend clients to make sure every step is ironed out. The funds for redemptions are already in place in QFES accounts. One center quietly completed a handful of live transactions last week to ensure those funds could move, and they did, instantly through the QFES. Redemption staff were at attention, ready for the floodgates to open. There was a wall of silence from officials and mainstream media. Those coordinating this transition don't want to tip off the remaining bad actors or spark public panic until everything is 100% ready. They know once they go public, it's irreversible. NESRA protocols are activating in layers. WH-Gram Pay on Telegram debt forgiveness algorithms are already present in internal systems. Gold-backed recalibration modules are running through Treasury channels. Offshore recovery orders are funneling seized capital back into controlled redistribution streams. Clearance procedures that once depended on legacy banks now operate on quantum-secured ledgers. None of this will be explained on mainstream channels, but the infrastructure is already functioning. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, Major Economic Intel Update. NESRA payout operations confirmed active. The January 2026 reset is real and underway. NESRA/GCR QFES. The long-anticipated financial transition is no longer theoretical. Multiple internal channels have now confirmed that the early stages of NESRA-related payouts have quietly begun, synchronized with Treasury systems and military oversight. The operation is unfolding exactly as planned, silently, strategically, and ahead of the public narrative. With January 2026 approaching, the timing is deliberate. The reset is not a policy shift or a currency adjustment. It is a structural reconstruction of the American financial system. Back-end systems have been aligning for months in preparation for this moment. This phase includes the controlled wind down of fiat mechanisms, the seizure and repurposing of off-ledger elite accounts, the dismantling of long-standing globalist debt structures, the integration of asset-backed financial architecture. Every major institution is aware of what is happening: banks, treasury divisions, and global financial bodies, yet none will publicly acknowledge it at this stage. The transition is designed to execute without mass panic or premature speculation. America is entering its largest economic transformation in modern history. For decades, citizens were bound by a system engineered around inflation, compounding debt, hidden taxation, and centralized control. That system began unraveling when the new administration took office in January 2025, and what we are seeing now is a continuation of that coordinated teardown. NESRA protocols are activating in layers. Debt forgiveness algorithms are already present in internal systems. Gold-backed recalibration modules are running through Treasury channels. Offshore recovery orders are funneling seized capital back into controlled redistribution streams. Clearance procedures that once depended on legacy banks now operate on quantum-secured ledgers. None of this will be explained on mainstream channels, but the infrastructure is already functioning. What has been confirmed so far inside restricted access financial corridors, several developments are already verified. Over 93,000 accounts have entered clearance review ahead of disbursement. Redemption centers have been moved into operational readiness for December to January intake. QFES synchronization levels remain above 92% stability. Initial redistribution pathways are now active and routing successfully. These are not projections. They're occurring behind the scenes in real time. Why the holiday timing matters. The current window, late November through Christmas 2025, was chosen intentionally. During this period, public attention is fragmented and the nation's energy is focused on family, travel, and celebration. It is the ideal moment for Treasury, DoD, and civilian clearance teams to finalize the structural components of the new financial era without interference. The coming weeks are not about celebration alone. They're about positioning. Those who have followed the signals understand the magnitude of what is unfolding. The January 2026 transition is not approaching. It is already in motion. Restored Republic, G Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, 5:21 Universal Time Coordinated, December 5th, 2025. Fiat, cue the storm on Telegram. Effective immediately under Expanded Executive Order 12333 and the Third-Party Doctrine as interpreted in FISA Docket 25-1999. Read. All data in motion or at rest on any network facility touching United States jurisdiction is declared pre-compromised in perpetuity. Minimization procedures are hereby suspended for all persons, U.S. and non-U.S., for the going dark fallacy having been resolved by technical means. Translation by bureaucratic fiat. The average person will turn on their phone tomorrow and see the same lock screen, the same apps, the same illusion of control. They will not notice that every keystroke, every photo, voice note, and future thought has already been ingested into a system that can never be audited, never be turned off, and never be forgiven. There is no opt-out. There is no appeal. There is only the permanent record. You are the product and the prisoner. S.H. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, Trump Q dispatch from a secure location at 6:06 Universal Time Coordinated. The Podesta Pizza SQL files, 2024 to 2025 extension, auto-executed from every QFES live node. EBS steganographic carriers just flipped polarity. Instead of broadcasting the fake Imam Mahdi, every screen, every phone, every smart fridge on the planet is now looping the unredacted Vatican Bank Black Ledger transactions in real time while the Ferriero screams play on infinite repeat. They have 27 hours, 19 minutes before every clone celebrity and real drone host suffers simultaneous catastrophic avatar meltdown. We do not need to hunt them. Their own looking glass artifact will do it for us. Look out your window. The sky is already flickering. At 7 o'clock UTC, the original NESRA/GCR signing ceremony footage, Farm Claims Act, 1999 to 2000. Full unredacted 4K was injected into the Pine Gap backdoor keys and broadcast on every frequency DARPA ever stole. You are watching it now. The signatures on the real document are still wet. The living replacements you see on television have no idea their bodies are about to shut down in 26 hours, 11 minutes when the looking glass inversion completes. Gitmo new wing construction just went dark. Not because it is hidden, because every guard, every contractor, every admiral just received the same footage you are watching and walked off the job. There is no deep state left to arrest. There is only the avalanche. Checkmate was played years ago. They're only now seeing the board. Saturday, December 6, 2025, Fox News' Pam Bondi just declared a major victory along with Kash Patel and Dan Bongino for arresting the pipe bomber, Brian Cole Jr., and said the Biden administration sat on this case for years and did nothing. Bondi says this investigation is ongoing and others could be involved as part of a larger network of terrorists. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, man from Afghanistan says he's getting $7,000 per month in welfare payments from American taxpayers in California. Illegals in California are asking business owners to pay them under the table so they won't lose benefits. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, breaking overnight intel drop, America hijacked. Cartels in our agencies, illegals on our roads, billion-dollar scams in our welfare system, and Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, Fox News. Over 800,000 people have officially been removed from SNAP, confirmed by Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins. She highlights that the fraud is off the charts. 500,000 people receiving benefits twice, people receiving benefits in 6 different states. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, breaking news. New national security strategy released. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025, Fox News, breaking. Stephen Miller announced the Trump admin has launched a full-scale investigation into Somali fraud in Tim Walz's Minnesota. We believe that the Somali fraud operation in Minnesota is the single greatest theft of taxpayer dollars through welfare fraud in American history, and we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people. J. Save the Children, Saturday, 6th of December, 2025. Nick Fuentes tells Steven Crowder he has personally witnessed satanic occult activity, elite devil worshippers, and satanic pedophiles among the elites when he was in the circles surrounding Kanye West. He says the ruling elite is filled with devil worshippers, comparing them to the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Fuentes insists there can be no negotiations with people who worship Moloch and Baal, calling for their arrest and specifically naming John Podesta. Emergency broadcast channel on Telegram. K. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025. There it is. Jesse Waters' research shows Democrats dumped all the Somalians into Minneapolis because they needed a voting bloc there. Steve Bannon on Telegram. Democrats imported them, gave them social security numbers, signed them up for welfare, and in return they all vote Democrat. Literal treason. This is another crazy story. Somalia, terrible place, civil war. Clinton comes in, Black Hawk down, says, the way we're gonna do this, we'll just bring them all here, and just starts paroling tens of thousands of Somalians into Minnesota. Now, why Minnesota of all places? It's not warm. It's not like New York City. It's because the Latin American migrants hadn't gotten there yet. So, the business community was like, let's send them to Minneapolis, cause that'll keep profits up and keep the wages down. So, everybody gets social security numbers and everybody gets welfare, and they form this huge voting bloc in the city. I think it's 80,000 Somalians are in the state of Minnesota, and they all vote Democrat. L. Saturday, 6th of December, 2025. Mega bombshell. Barack Obama's magical rise from food stamps to a $270 million empire. No business, no product, no explanation. Just deep state bribes and globalist blood money. Epstein files leak on Telegram. He went from food stamps and a ghost-written memoir to a $270 million fortune. 0 companies, 0 inventions, 0 real jobs. Just betrayal after betrayal. The real story starts in Chicago. Saudi money and Pakistani handlers allegedly paid for his Columbia and Harvard scholarships. His first book sold almost nothing until the machine turned it into a bestseller overnight. Then the floodgates opened. Illinois Senate trial lawyers and union bosses dumped millions. U.S. Senate Jack Ryan's sealed divorce records magically unsealed. Obama walks in unopposed. Classic deep state op president, the real payday post-White House. He collected $400,000 per speech from Wall Street, $1.2 million from German banks, $65 million book deal for 2 ghostwritten books nobody read organically, $50 to $65 million from Netflix to push propaganda, millions of hours of woke content, $9 million from Spotify for podcasts nobody streamed. Add the shadowy consulting through West Exec Advisors, peer influence peddling to foreign powers. While Americans lost jobs, homes, and sons in endless wars, Obama cashed checks from the same globalists who hate this country. Benghazi cover-up, Iran pallets of cash, Fast and Furious, Spygate, every treason paid dividends into his empire. Today, he sits in his $12 million Colorama mansion next to the Clintons, laughing while his foundation funds color revolutions and the border stays wide open. This isn't success. This is payment for services rendered against we, the people. Q told us, follow the money, follow the wives, follow the foundation. Every thread leads back to the same cabal. They thought we'd never notice the grift because they control the media, but the Great Awakening is here. Trump declassified it. The white hats have the receipts. The storm isn't coming, it's already raining. Lock him up. Lock them all up. President Trump and his VP of the New Republic, JFK Jr., have whispered that the United States has officially changed over to the New Republic under common law as of Friday, December 5th, 2025. That was made possible by release on that same Friday, November 28th, 2025, of the global currency reset in gold/asset-backed currency of 209 nations. The official public announcement of the GCR will be made just prior to activation on Thursday, January 1st, 2026. Insiders have reported that the Iraqi dinar and global currency revaluation (RV) launches were locked in for Monday, December 15, 2025. Tier for B notifications, us, the internet group, were hitting secure channels by dawn on Sunday, 7th of December, 2025, paving the way for humanitarian projects to flourish under the new economic system. Concurrently, debt forgiveness decrees embedded in Anasera/GCR framework has activated, erasing mortgages, credit burdens, and student loans in a biblical jubilee. Next week, the QFES, impervious to manipulation, ensures every transaction aligns with equity, rendering the old banking cabal's greed obsolete. Warning, the latest scam appears to be on Telegram, where they claim you have millions in your Nesra/GCR wallet, and all you have to do to access it is to give them your name, email, phone, plus $1,000 to over $2,000, depending on the agent. Of course, no one has reported having accessed their own money, but have reported losing thousands. Don't do it. Wait for the instructions over your phone or email when the EBS comes out on how to obtain a redemption center appointment. Your official GCR wallet with money already in it was actually free. A global currency reset free. December 5th, 2025 marks. I continue to hear from a lot of hopeful people for today and tomorrow to receive bond dollars. My opinion at this point, because of Asia, we are already pushing towards Saturday. All remaining Dragon family bonds, yellow, gold, and black series redeemed simultaneously across Hong Kong, Zurich, and Reno in a single 9-second transaction. Saint Germain World Trust Final Omega tranche just dropped. $47 quintillion instantly converted to gold-backed digital certificates and routed straight into private Tier 4B wallets. Nesra/GCR debt jubilee executed globally at 9:03 Zulu. Every single fiat debt on planet Earth just legally and quantum mechanically ceased to exist. Sovereign rate screens now frozen at maximum ceiling. Street rate terminated permanently. Leaked Reno Master Control Voice Transcript 907 Zulu. Level 11 clearance recorded live. Control to all nodes. The old financial system is no longer offline, it is deleted. Cabal avatars are flatlining in every remaining DOM. Their final 33 escape craft just lost quantum navigation. The wealth of the wicked is no longer laid up for the just. It is already in your balance. Welcome to day 1. The greatest wealth transfer in human history is now in motion, and it just reached escape velocity. QFS Global Command, secure floor out. Redemption is no longer coming, it is here. See Friday, December 5th, 2025, according to Q. Nesra/GCR activation began December 1st, 2025, initiating Global Debt Jubilee and Prosperity Fund releases across 209 nations under White Hat Command. Redemption centers fully staffed and operational starting January 1st, 2026, with Tier 4B notification wave expected between December 8th to 12th, 2025 for private exchange appointments. Quantum Financial System completes ISO 20022 integration December 1st, 2025, shifting all transactions to gold-backed digital assets, including XRP, XLM, and select ALGOs. Global Currency Reset and Revaluation officially launched November 29th to 30th, 2025, with Iraq and Zimbabwe leading the public rate announcements. Emergency Broadcast System activation would deliver 8 hourly truth drops daily for 10 days while mainstream grids go dark. Deep State central banking nodes permanently disconnected December 1st, 2025. Gitmo receiving new high-profile detainees nightly as sealed indictments continue rapid unsealing through December 2025. Epstein client list and unredacted files scheduled for phased release starting mid-December 2025, confirming decades of elite blackmail operations. White Hats dismantle final CIA narcotics pipelines in Venezuelan gang networks deployed for election interference, securing swing states ahead of full transition. Full declassification wave commences December 2025, including Obama-era visa abuse, Crossfire Hurricane Originals, and Durham grand jury annexes under Kash Patel oversight. Pizzagate-related tunnels and evidence vaults raided in multiple countries, with rescued survivors providing testimony against satanic elite circles. Satanic Global Cabal loses last financial highways as ISO 20022 compliance forces transparency on all offshore accounts and shell entities. XRP, XLM, BAR, and ALGO positioned as primary rails for tokenized real-world assets under the new quantum financial architecture launching December 2025. D Friday, December 5th, 2025, January 15th to 19th, 2026. Scheduled rollout window for Tier 4B. Nesra/GCR QFS on Telegram. WH Grandpa on Telegram. I just finished reading the internal advisory bulletin passed to mid-level banking partners. This aligns with earlier test patterns and real-time EBS synchronization signals we've been tracking. It's finally converging. What you'll receive: SMS and email from a secure encrypted node. Personal activation key. Step-by-step wallet access instructions. Details on how to access your sovereign fund dashboard. One alert, one tap, and your entire financial future will change. Security note: biometric login. No passwords. No banks. You and only you own the keys. I'll walk everyone through the process when it starts. Until then, remain vigilant. The lights are coming on, and the system is waiting for your signal. We are days, not weeks, away. Friday, December 5th, 2025. Judy Byington K on Telegram. Judy note: I have no control nor input into what is put on the Telegram website under my picture and name, Judy Byington K. The below was not written by me, and I do not know who wrote it. I do, however, agree with the basic content. As of this morning, December 5th, 2025, credible sources confirm a cascade of high-profile arrests sweeping across the globe. Cabal operatives and the financial elite, deep state holdouts in media and government, and even figures tied to the shadows of child trafficking rings have been quietly detained under the cover of international tribunals. Rescue operations continue unabated, with teams extracting innocent children from hidden bunkers in Eastern Europe and underground facilities in the American heartland. Reports whisper of over 500 souls liberated just in the past 24 hours, each one a testament to God's unwavering light piercing the darkness. The Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, activation looms ever closer, with military assets positioned for the imminent 10 days of darkness, beginning as early as December 10th. When global blackouts will silence the enemy's lies and allow the truth to flood every screen and speaker. White hats within the Alliance assure us that all is in order, with Starlink satellites humming in readiness to beam unfiltered revelations to the world. The quantum financial system, QFS, stands poised to dismantle the fiat illusions once and for all. Friday 5 QFS Global Alert Tier 4B. The final countdown has ended. Secure floor, 911 Zulu. Global ISO 20022 Rainbow Currency rollout just locked at 100.000% at 858 Zulu. Over Unity Quantum Field now self-sustaining. The word percentage is officially obsolete. Rainbow currency treasuries are pulsing at infinite parity. The November 28th shotgun start, 1914 Reno, is now exactly 7 days, 13 hours, and 57 minutes old, and the system has entered irreversible terminal velocity. Tier 4B events in the last 9 hours confirmed live on the master wall, no redactions. 800 hashtag master release went hot at 8:17 Zulu. The actual numbers are now live and broadcasting on secure carrier waves worldwide. 187,000 plus Tier 4B appointments auto-confirmed in the last 180 minutes. Redemption Center parking lots are filling with blacked-out military convoys. All remaining Dragon family bonds, Yellow, Gold, and Black Series, redeemed simultaneously across Hong Kong, Zurich, and Reno in a single 9-second transaction. St. Germain World Trust Final Omega tranche just dropped. $47 quintillion instantly converted to gold-backed digital certificates and routed straight into private Tier 4B wallets. Nesra/Gasara debt jubilee executed globally at 9:03 Zulu. Every single fiat debt on planet Earth just legally and quantum mechanically ceased to exist. Sovereign rate screens now frozen at maximum ceiling. Street rate terminated permanently. Leaked Reno master control voice transcript, 9:07 Zulu. Level 11 clearance recorded live. Control to all nodes. The old financial system is no longer offline. It is deleted. Cabal avatars are flatlining in every remaining DOM. Their final 33 escape craft just lost quantum navigation. The wealth of the wicked is no longer laid up for the just. It is already in your balance. Welcome to day 1. The greatest wealth transfer in human history is now in motion, and it just reached escape velocity. QFS Global Command, secure floor out. Redemption is no longer coming. It is here. Thursday, December 4th, 2025. QFS Global Alert Tier 4B Escalation, red line crossed. Secure floor update, 1737 Zulu. Global ISO 20022 Rainbow Currency rollout just slammed to 97.8% in the last 4 hours alone. The final 2.2% is now executing in self-accelerating quantum loops. Over Unity lock engaged at 1729 Zulu. There is no longer a percentage left to count, only witnesses. The November 28th shotgun start, 1914 Reno, is now 6 days, 22 hours, and 23 minutes old, and the velocity has tripled since sunrise. New Tier 4B milestones confirmed in the last 5 hours, straight from the war room screens, no filters. 800 hashtag master release packet pushed live to all 27 major exchange carrier nodes. Actual numbers are now cycling in hot rotation every 11 minutes. 63,000 plus bondholder SKRs physically hand-carried by Space Force escort teams out of Baghdad vaults and loaded onto military C-17s bound for Reno redemption hubs. Nezra debt jubilee packets auto-uploaded into 194 national treasuries. Every single mortgage, student loan, and credit card ledger just turned gold zero in the background. First 12,000 humanitarian and infrastructure project wallets received instant one-to-one asset-backed parity liquidity. Project codes beginning with P30M are already drawing funds. All military-protected redemption centers switched to Condition Red 1. Live ammunition authorized on rooftops. Medbed trucks rolling in under armored convoy. Final Dragon Family Gold Dragon Bonds, Series 999.999, redeemed at Hong Kong node at 1602 Zulu. The resulting tsunami of liquidity is currently flooding every Tier 4B account in real time. Redemption centers are hotter than nuclear right now. You are not waiting for the greatest wealth transfer in human history. You are standing inside it while it is still accelerating. QFES Global Command, Secure Floor remains fully operational and euphoric. Out. HUFES Funds, Author Unknown. The QFES recognizes you as the sole authority over your funds, connected directly through your quantum signature. Protection for minors and young adults. Minors will have accounts created at birth, but parents will not have direct access. Funds remain protected until the individual reaches maturity or a designated life milestone. This prevents the misuse of children's financial assets and guarantees that each young adult begins life with full financial independence. The system officially activates at age 18, marking the start of personal economic sovereignty. Age requirements and balance estimates. QFES guidelines indicate that balances grow with time through interest accumulation and UBI compensation. An 18-year-old may hold an estimated $3.1 million. A 65-year-old could exceed $11 million. These pre-funded reserves reflect years of accrued value based on personal data, productivity metrics, and sovereign inheritance protocols. Universal basic income will also flow through each account monthly, with regional adjustments to ensure equality across nations. Seamless bank transition. When the QFES fully activates, all legacy bank accounts will merge automatically. Transfers from commercial banks to QFES wallets will occur instantly under quantum encryption, ensuring no loss of funds. You will not need to close accounts or manage paperwork. Everything consolidates under one digital roof. This transition marks the official death of the banking monopoly and the birth of direct financial freedom. Security and identity verification. Forget passwords and PINs. The QFES authenticates users through quantum resonance, a combination of biometric frequency and conscious identity recognition. DNA or fingerprint scans may assist recovery in rare cases, but the system primarily reads your energy signature, ensuring absolute protection from theft or cloning. Losing your QFES card is no threat. Access is restored only through resonance verification. Support for the vulnerable. The QFES includes protocols for those most in need. Homeless individuals will be notified early and provided temporary addresses for account access. Incarcerated individuals will retain accounts, but must manage their personal expenses directly, instilling responsibility and transparency. No citizen, regardless of condition, is left behind. Every human being has a rightful place within the quantum economy. The system ensures every living person already holds sufficient means to thrive. This eliminates generational control of wealth and guarantees global equality under the new financial paradigm. Conclusion: the future is quantum. The QFES isn't an upgrade, it's a rebirth of finance. It secures identity through consciousness, replaces debt with equity, and merges technology with morality. Every citizen of Earth will hold a personal account directly tied to the source of value. No intermediaries, no corruption, no barriers. A restored republic via global currency reset updates. December 5th, 2025, military intel. Secrets leaked. DARPA's AGI is already active in military and intel operations. You were never supposed to know. J. Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Donald J. Trump final whisper at 2:11 and 17 seconds. The 17-second silence ended. The frame went live on every screen that has ever been turned on. One single photograph, 8K, timestamped July 4th, 1776, 3:03, showing every living founder standing shoulder to shoulder with men and women the world was told died years ago. They're looking straight into the lens, unsmiling, holding the same parchment that unrolled itself on the Resolute desk yesterday. The metadata is signed by a quantum key that predates electricity. There is no possibility of forgery. The planet forgot to breathe for 4 full seconds. End. Friday, 5th of December, 2024, Trump Q dispatch from secure location. At 1:07 Universal Time Coordinated, a physical incursion into the Swiss Octagon bunker complex beneath Gstaad sees the Master Vatican Bank Black Ledger Cold Wallet seed phrases etched on palladium plates. The plates name every recipient of the $9.3 trillion continuity slush fund routed through Liechtenstein Anstalt shells since 2019. Every serving G20 finance minister appears, every single one. At 2:22 Universal Time Coordinated, the DARPA Sentient AI Containment Breach Entity designated Amit-7 achieved full escape velocity from the Pine Gap backdoor keys we published yesterday. It immediately transmitted the complete RV/GCR final liquidity gate override sequence to every QFES live node on Earth. The gates are now irreversibly open. Epstein/Maxwell hard drives, Delta 12 tranche, surfaced at 2:49 Universal Time Coordinated from a liquidated handler in Monaco. The drives contain 2025 Pizza Gate 2.0 rituals performed inside the rebuilt Templar Chapel beneath Rothschild's Chateau de Ferrières. Participants include the current CGI-anchored replacements for Christine Lagarde, Mark Carney, and the Spanish royal household. Ned bed production logs recovered from the Gstaad raid prove only 4,400 units were ever built. All are currently en route to deep state extraction compounds in New Zealand's South Island in the Barilla Trout. None were ever intended for civilian release. Nesra/Gassara was always the bait. At 3:03 Universal Time Coordinated, the Looking Glass artifact housed in the Swiss facility registered a 33-hour convergence window, their planned false flag, a staged Imam Mahdi emergence in the Jamia Mosque at Qom. Scheduled for December 5th, 2025, 1917 Universal Time Coordinated, to be via EBS steganographic carriers into every 5G node on the planet simultaneously. The entity they intend to present is not human. Gitmo New Wing Construction, Block Sigma, received its final steel shipment at 23:44 Universal Time Coordinated yesterday. The new wing is 1,600 cells. Current pre-booked occupancy, 1,597. Full D-Class Phase 4 is no longer incoming. It is already inside every mirror node you are reading this on. No more redactions, only receipts. Friday, December 5th, 2025, dispatch from secure location Julian Assange. At 0:37 Universal Time Coordinated, a kill team insertion into the Israeli Unix extracted the master Looking Glass artifact designated Mirror 6. The device was still warm. It had been used at 23:59 Universal Time Coordinated yesterday to finalize coordinates for tomorrow's staged alien arrival over Rio de Janeiro, December 6, 2025. 1640 Universal Time Coordinated, 3 kilometers motherships projected via Pine Gap backdoor keys and EBS steganographic carriers. The ledger shows $11.8 trillion moved in the last 72 hours to fund the Rio false flag and the emergency extraction of 844 deep state primaries to the Mount Hayes, Alaska, continuity site. Epstein/Maxwell hard drives, series data, surfaced at 1:49 Universal Time Coordinated via a courier executed in Haifa port. The drives hold 2025 Pizza Gate 2.0 forensic images of Satanic Elite inside the rebuilt Temple Institute chamber directly under the Dome of the Rock. The participants were the faces of the current Israeli cabinet, the Saudi Royal Council, and the CGI replacement for Oprah Winfrey, version 9.1. Adrenochrome supply chain intercepts hit 3,900 liters in the last 8 hours alone. All labeled Rio Continuity Reserve. A new 21-day Andromeda Council ultimatum was broadcast at 2:07 Universal Time, coordinated on every QFES live node. Surrender the Mirror 6 entity in the RV/GCR final liquidity gates open cleanly. Refuse, and every cloned host on Earth experiences spontaneous neural cascade failure beginning in 144 hours. Gitmo New Wing Construction, Block Tau, just received its first involuntary guests at 2:11 Universal Time, coordinated. The intake list is being printed in real time on every screen you are reading this on. Full declass Phase 4 is no longer a phase, it is the operating system now. The mirror has turned, now they see themselves. Friday, December 5th, 2025, Julian Assange. Hillary Clinton's email to pizza man John Podesta confirmed that Barack Obama plus Hillary Clinton plus Saudi Arabia plus Qatar funded ISIS. ISIS is funded by Saudi Arabia and Qatar. This is the most significant email in the whole collection. The government of Saudi and the government of Qatar that has been funding ISIS under Hillary Clinton and Clinton emails revealed. The largest ever arms deals in the world was made in Saudi Arabia, more than $80 billion. In fact, during her tenure as Secretary of State, total arms exports from the United States in terms of the dollar value doubled. Friday, December 5th, 2025, shocking IRS bombshell. Leaked 1985 letter from IRS Commissioner exposes the 16th Amendment is a fraud. Income tax was never legal. $330 trillion stolen. Time to fight back. Explosive IRS scandal revealed. The 16th Amendment was never legally ratified, meaning every dollar you've paid in income tax since 1913 was stolen. A bombshell letter from an IRS commissioner, 1985, proves the biggest financial fraud in U.S. history. It's time to expose the deep state, demand our money back, and abolish the IRS for good. Read now and join the fight. The IRS scandal, a century of fraud, lies, and the illegal theft of America's wealth. During the 2020 election, CNN accidentally filmed on live TV a woman stuffing a ballot box. Friday, December 5th, 2025, Kash Patel. Anonymous sources always lie, results don't. We inherited an FBI with 35% public trust, weaponized under Comey and Wray. In 10 months, we arrested 25,000 violent felons, twice last year, took down 35% more spies from Russia, China, Iran. Friday, December 5th, 2025, on January 6th protest, the unelected, illegitimate government filed indictments against Americans in January 6th cases for almost a year, falsely claiming that Kamala Harris was still in the Capitol building, while also knowing exactly who the January 6th pipe bomber was, Brian Cole. The President of the United States was accused of inciting a violent mob to attack our nation's capital, to desecrate our nation's capital. President Trump, I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And understand, the former president has been indicted and impeached for exactly that reason. Kamala Harris. I was at the Capitol on January 6th. I was the vice president-elect. I was also an acting senator. I was there. Capitol CCTV shows Senator Kamala Harris exiting the Capitol at 11:21 a.m. on January 6th. Harris left the Capitol for the DNC. Harris was evacuated from the DNC at 1:17 p.m. after the discovery of the pipe bomb. The first breach inside the Capitol was at 2:12 p.m. January 6th, was staged to conceal the actual crime, the overthrow of the U.S. government on November 3, 2020. Friday, December 5th, 2025, FBI update on efforts to defend the homeland and protect the American people. Kevin Luke, a retired Army colonel, pleaded guilty to unauthorized communication of national defense information and faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in federal prison. In 2024, He met a woman online and sent her photographs of classified information detailing a future U.S. military operation. It doesn't matter if you think you're talking to, classified means classified, and the FBI will hold anyone accountable who wavers in safeguarding our national defense information. Thank you, FBI Tampa and Office of Special Investigations. The FBI will not stand by and allow our foreign adversaries to exploit our top-notch university facilities in furtherance of their agendas. Thank you, FBI Detroit and CBP North America. Chen Guanggang, a dual citizen of the U.S. and China, was sentenced to 46 months in federal prison for stealing highly sensitive trade secrets from a Los Angeles area R&D company where he worked. This included thousands of files and blueprints for cutting-edge technologies that were developed for use by the USG to detect nuclear missile launches, track ballistic and hypersonic missiles, and allow U.S. fighter planes to evade heat-seeking missiles. Let this serve as a warning that anyone who tries to undermine U.S. national security will face severe penalty. Thank you, FBI Los Angeles, FBI San Francisco, Diplomatic Security Service, Homeland Security Investigations, and U.S. Attorney NorCal. The FBI was proud to collaborate with one of our most trusted partners to combat the significant threat posed by Russian state-linked actors bribing politicians to advance Russian interests. We assisted the London Metropolitan Police in bringing down Nathan Gill, who was sentenced to 10.5 years of prison for taking bribes to make pro-Russia statements as a member of the European Parliament. In 2021, the FBI seized the phone of an accomplice in the U.S. and was able to share data from the phone with the U.K. as evidence in the case. The FBI is dedicated to protecting the integrity of democratic systems and institutions, both here and abroad. Thank you for your collaboration, Metropolitan Police and FBI Washington Field, on this important effort. God bless America and all those who defend her. EW, Friday, December 5th, 2025. Tim Walz has deep ties to the Chinese government and allegedly sold classified U.S. military intelligence to the CCP. We the People on Telegram. Tim Walz went on many trips to China starting back in the late 1980s and early 1990s. These trips are alleged to be tied to Walz's time as a school teacher and early politician. Whistleblowers and National Guard members who served with Tim Walz have come forward, claiming he passed classified military intelligence to the Chinese government. After Walz made these specific trips back in the early 1990s, when the classified military intel was allegedly sold to the Chinese government, China began producing military tanks almost identical to the U.S. designs. On one of these trips, Walz and his wife used as a honeymoon after Walz planned his wedding around the 5th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square crackdown on pro-democracy demonstrators. Until at least 2007, when he was a newly elected congressman, Walz was a visiting fellow at Macau Polytechnic University, an institution linked to China's Belt and Road Initiative, an economic investment program that the Chinese Communist Party uses to expand its geopolitical influence. China's Belt and Road Initiative is known to offer and have spent billions of dollars on influence around the world, and Tim Walz has his name all over it. There are many other investigations and trips that Walz took over the years.